Yo, Wee Joe, look, yo.
So Wee Joe, how you doing?
All good, bro. How are you?
Not too bad. So tell us, who are you, bro?
Name's Wee Joe. I'm a rapper. Well, I'm an artist from Lurgan, County Armagh. Been making music for about 4 years. Do you know what I mean? Switched up the sound, switched up the flow a few times, but finding myself, you know what I mean? But yeah,
How long you been making music for now?
about 4 years. 4 years this month. 4 years in May. May
Yeah.
2021 I started, bro. Long time.
What did you used to do before music, bro?
Huh?
What was you doing before you were making music?
I was just working, bro. Didn't really have a sense of direction in life. And didn't know what I wanted to do, bro. Do you know what I mean? So I always loved music, like, and one of the days, bro, I just woke up and said, you know what, fuck it, bro, I'm going to chase my dreams, like, you know what I mean? I was always not necessarily getting in trouble, like, but I was doing the wrong things in life, bro, do you know what I mean? And I thought to myself, I want to make something of myself, so I said, fuck it, and I just, one day I put the studio session, bro, and I haven't looked back since, do you know what I mean? It's been mad, it's been a wild journey.
You've been here from the beginning.
The beginning, bro, yeah,
Oh.
came a long way, bro.
Yeah.
Mad.
Well, you were here from like the second studio or the first studio?
It was the first studio, but it was the very first studio. I remember it like whenever I actually text you to book my first ever session, you were actually going through the revamp. I remember like taking the old it was like a black set in the background of the booth, and then I was the first guy to actually come in and do a session. Remember you had the clouds. If you watch my Hotbox session on YouTube, the clouds and shit. Like I was the first guy to come in. This was like early 2021, bro. Like just the year after COVID, so everything was still fresh. Going back out in society was still very fresh, bro. So heading out to Belfast to become a fucking rapper, do you know what I mean? To start making music in a place unknown to me was very, very raw, bro, and very new, exciting, bro. Do you know what I mean? Which is what I'm saying. Like it's been a mad journey, bro, since the start. Like
How do you think the scene has grown since then?
crazy, bro. It's grown crazy. Whenever I started, like I said, there might have been what 9, 10 rappers. I could list them all on my fingers, bro. And now you've got like I don't even know, bro. There's people making music that I don't even know. And normally, whenever like the scene's that small, whenever someone else started, you kind of caught on straight away. You would like, you wouldn't hearsay. You wouldn't knew who they were. Like, oh, did you hear a Spice started making music? But now it's like, I'm going on TikTok, bro, and Instagram and stuff, and I'm seeing freestyles and like really talented guys coming out for like the first time, and you can tell they were sitting on it for ages, bro. You can tell they were looking to do it. Because now whenever I open it up and I see them, I'm like, you sound like me when I was doing music for like a year or two, and like I'm texting you saying how long you've been doing it, bro, and you've only been doing it for like a month, so you must have been practicing all those times. Do you know what I mean? All those years. Which is what I'm saying. At the very start, it's funny. The people who would have like slagged us and took the piss out of us for doing it, they're now doing it. Do you know what I mean? It's kids. It's mad. Like it's crazy.
How do you deal with your downtimes? You know, like when you're feeling sad and stuff like that. You know, things that you're going through.
I just write music, bro. I just write 24/7. You know, it's how I cope with things, bro. Like back in the day, it might have been drugs. Do you know what I mean? Like it might have been partying. It might have been what everyone else is doing now, which is why I try to tell people this music shit's different, bro. Like I was like everyone else, where I would have spent all my time drinking, smoking, and not being productive and not getting shit done. But now that I've started music, bro, it's different. Like 24/7, I'm just in the house, bro. And I'm just writing music. Am I driving about? I'm writing music, bro. I'm in work. I'm writing music, bro. Everything is my life now is evolves around music, bro. It's an addiction. It's a good addiction, though. You know what I mean?
A lot of guys that we started with, well, not a lot. A couple guys we started with are no longer here with us.
Yeah, I know.
Woodsy, Richie.
Richie.
You know, you was quite close to Richie as well.
Yeah, I was. That's
You
pretty.
know?
Richie was one of the first guys I ever started rapping with, bro. Like me and him in 2021. He was one of those guys. Like I said, you could have counted on your fingers. There wasn't a lot of rappers from here, bro. And Richie was one of the first ones I met. He had like the meanest flow. You know yourself, the meanest sound. And we met in the studio for the first time, like a few months into me actually making music, and hit it off, bro. We started making tunes, and it was crazy. Like if you told me a year ago before that I was gonna be in this completely new environment, like meeting this guy, meeting this team, and making music, I would have laughed at you, bro. Do you know what I mean? But so looking back, I'm so grateful for meeting him, and getting to experience the early days, bro. Do you know what I mean? Because like I said, nowadays it's very like the scene's getting big, and I'm happy, But I miss whenever it was very organic and authentic, and there's only a handful of us. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, man, Richie was sick. Woodsy was sick too. I met Woodsy as well. And both of them were actually in the same room together. And it's mad looking back at pictures when we were all in the studio that day. And two of the guys aren't even there no more. But the good thing is, bro, the music lives on. The music's out there forever. We actually have an unreleased song with Richie, bro, and when that comes out, I don't plan on releasing that song until it's ready to shake the world, bro. Do you know what I mean? Because, yeah.
Is there anything you would change if you could change it when it comes to the help that young people are receiving?
I would definitely get a lot more counselling for young people, bro. Like I've lost close friends myself, you know, and I definitely believe there was not enough support for them, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like not just in the music industry, like I'm talking about even back home too. Lost friends to suicide, to drug addiction, all around mental health. I feel like Northern Ireland's not really a place where you're going to get the whole like gang life. You're not going to get the murders. You're not going to. Yes, there is that, but I feel like what's killing young people a lot more nowadays is drugs, and suicide, and that all boils down to the fact there's not enough counselling and support for them. If they're reaching out and they're asking for help, there's not enough for them. Do you know what I mean? So for me, this music is my counselling, bro. This music is my therapy. It is my support. Other people aren't as lucky as me. So for someone who isn't going to get involved in this, I would at least like the government or the council or something have like a support network for people, more of a support network because I know there already is. But like, bro, suicide is on like the suicide rates in this country is diabolical, bro. The drug addiction, bro, is diabolical. You know what I mean? Everything, and that's the lifestyle no child deserves to grow up in, bro. Do you know what I mean? So it does boil down to the government not supporting enough, and not being enough resources for young ones these days. Like I says, I was lucky enough to find music, but not other people are lucky enough, as me. So in my music, I like to touch on that as well: mental health, drug addiction, suicide awareness. That's what I base. Like when I was younger, bro, as a dickhead, you know yourself, the music I was making, bro. But then after losing friends and losing family and shit, I take another look at it and I'm like, I have a platform here where I can actually address problems. Instead of trying to make myself look like someone I'm not, I'd rather be someone that people can look up to and hopefully be inspired from. Which is why I just completely shifted my sound and said, you know what, fuck that, the whole lifestyle shit, bro. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather be real here. So, and I can see the difference. People are being inspired from it. People are starting to get into music from it, and it is starting to change people's life. But I just want to keep pushing, bro, so I can have more of an effect. In the meantime, I would love there to be more resources, bro, and support networks for young ones struggling with drug addiction, mental health problems, you know, stuff like that.
The project we're working on today is called Melody and Mind. We worked on so many projects.
Sounds good to me, bro. When you bring the word melody, bro, I'm like, yo. When I hear the word melody, bro, I'm like, put the auto tune on, bro. Do you know what I mean? That's me.
What do you think about it? Do you think it's important to explore the mindset behind that, though?
Yeah, because like on this tape, how many people have you got, bro, from different backgrounds, whether they're Protestants, whether they're Catholics, whether they're Muslim, whether they're black, whether they're white, they're all coming from different backgrounds. But the one thing we have in common is that we're from Northern Ireland, we're from this country, and we all go for the same shit day to day. So it's everyone's story, everyone's perception of it, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's everyone's point of view, which is what I love about it. It brings realness and it brings depth to like the story of being from here. Do you know what I mean? So like hopefully, like I says, these industry professionals or even the government or these like it's not social enterprises, what do you call them? Like foundations can take a look at this and be like, there actually is some seriousness in this shit. It's not just guys trying to be gangsters or trying to be bad boys. There's actually musical talent here. But more importantly, there's actually people struggling and there's actually people using music as a resource to help them with their problems in life in general. You know what I mean?
What do you think about the fact that we've had people like Ed Sheeran,
It,
Gary Lightbody come here and support what we're
the
doing?
fact that I was standing right there, bro, with Ed Sheeran, like to this day, bro, like last night I was going through my phone and I'm just still going through messages and I'm still going through videos and I'm just like, bro, how could you have arguably one of the most famous people in the world stand beside a wee lad from Larkin, spitting bars when you could be doing a million and one things, bro? You're not sitting on a yacht. You're not sitting on a private jet. You're not sitting fucking. You're sitting with me, bro. Like what benefit? How does that benefit you? Like, it shows the humbleness, bro, in certain people. There's other guys who are in his position. In fact, in a less position, bro, nowhere near have made it to where he is. Who won't even shake your hand when you walk into the door? They won't even look at you and say hello. Do you know what I mean? But here we have, do you know what I mean? Like Ed Sheeran, mate, they even have to say it, and he's sitting passing me a microphone saying, let's hear some bars, posting me on his Instagram story. Do you know what I mean? 50 million followers and he's posting me. Do you know what I mean? He has all these guys, bro, and he's showing me love, bro. And then next thing you know, the articles come out and, you know, the support and the community support. Because remember, bro, I'm from Lurgan. Like, do you know what I mean? When people from Lurgan seen that, they were like, yo, oh shit, maybe there is something here. Maybe like that. I feel like that was a turning point in not only my career, but the music industry itself in Belfast. Because, bro, you have Ed Sheeran, bro. I mean, he's not even a rapper, bro. Do you know what I mean? So people who never took the rap scene serious, we have one of the biggest superstars in the world turn around saying these guys are sick. Do you know what I mean? Why is there no support? So it made people scratch their head and ask themselves the question like, why is there no support? Because see, whenever I seen those articles coming out on the likes of Irish News, Belfast Telegraph, Brosnan, BBC, countless times, everyone's scratching their head like, bro, 4 years ago, bro, I was just the same weed out under a bridge smoking weed, doing shit that I was the exact same as everyone else. I dropped out of school before I can even do my GCSEs, bro. Do you know what I mean? If you were to tell me back then, yeah, you're gonna be one day sitting in a fucking room with Ed Sheeran, bro, and Gary Lightbody rapping. Do you know what I mean? I would laugh in your face, bro. I would say you're smoking the same shit I'm smoking, bro. Do you know what I mean? But then it actually happened, bro, and I went home and like it's not that I felt like a celebrity, bro, or anything, but I felt like I'd actually achieved something. I'd finally done something that I was proud of, bro. Not saying that my music before was never proud of, but that day that happened, bro, I went home, phone buzzing like fuck, you know what I mean? Not even checking it, bro. And I was like, yo, I've done something crazy here. Like I've shook the ground here with this, bro. Do you know what I mean? Wee Joe, like, you know what I mean? Come on, bro. I always said it was gonna happen. I believe in myself, bro. And my friends believed in me, which is why I always love them, bro. I'll always like support them because they were with me from day one, bro. You know, but seeing people who might never have respected it beforehand start to respect it. You know, you get that we like on Facebook, that we like on Instagram, and you're like, nah, 2 years ago you were laughing at me for, but you see me in a room with Ed Sheeran, bro, and the tables turned on it. So I'm glad that happened, bro. It was changed my life forever. Do you know what I mean? Arguably one of the best days of my life, bro. Do you know what I mean? Either that or the day I walked into the studio, probably the best day of my life, bro. Do you know what I mean? Crazy, crazy shit, like.
Do you think well, probably one of my last questions, but yeah, do you think without Hotbox, do you feel like there'll be much for a lot of young artists in Northern Ireland?
Without Hotbox, would there be nah? Because like you literally say it's a hub. Do you know what I mean? It's like Ed Sheeran didn't come and stand in the middle of a street spitting bars with people. He knew about this place and he knew it was a hub, and he knew that this is where people meet up. This is like it's almost like a youth center. It's almost like a community center for people because there's like I say, there's people I don't even know, but I only know them through here. Do you know what I mean? I've met some of my closest friends through here. Like people when I was growing up, I thought the friends I hung up out with would have been my friends for life. Do you know what I mean? And I never thought I would have had this experience in the future, but I never thought I'd be here one day doing this. So like, nah, yeah, like 100%. Hotbox. If people wasn't here, people wouldn't have as much resource to do this music. Do you know what I mean? This is like the first platform that took Belfast rap seriously. Do you know what I mean? The way London has GRM, Link Up, you know, that I've also been on. They've never even given me that community experience the way Hotbox does. So pick up yourself, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I suppose as much grief people give you, bro, you're doing bits for the community more. You had me in a room with Ed Sheeran. That's what I'm gonna say, bro. You had me in a room with only you could do that, bro. Like, only you managed to pull a wee lad out of Lurgan and put him right beside the biggest global superstar in the world. Had me spitting grime music with him. Do you know what I mean? No one else can do that shit, bro. It's crazy. So yeah, big love to you for showing love to the country and taking a chance with us, bro. Do you know what I mean? Because it's paying off, bro. And the scene's getting there. Do you know what I mean?
Do you feel like the scene will get there?
Yeah, certainly, bro. Certainly. The way Liverpool's getting there. Look at Liverpool. They said the Scousers couldn't rap. Because they said that the London boys always said the Scousers couldn't rap, bro. Like in a Scouse accent, bro, you look at bro, look at how big those guys. I feel like the only advantage they have is that they're on the mainland. Yeah, but bro, like we're gonna get there because people are really starting to fuck with the sound here, and they're realizing if you do it right and you make music right over here and you do rap correct, it's gonna sound sick, bro. Do you know what I mean? Either way, the accent won't get in the way of it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
What about organisations in Northern Ireland? Do they support?
Well, the Rio Ferdinand Foundation has shown a lot of support. PRS, you know, I would say the Arts Council, nah, not as much because they haven't recognised our style of music yet. Do you know what I mean? And I suppose it is what it is for the time being. They're going to have to see the progress. Do you know what I mean? I hope they don't see the progress before it's too late, and they don't want to start investing by the time the boys are sitting fucking, living it up. But I feel like the Arts Council and the government itself and people who fund music in general and the music awards, and they need to stop looking at this music like it's not professional. Because realistically, bro, yeah, you look at hip hop compared to every other music sector, bro. Hip hop outnumbers everything. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it's only gonna be a matter of time. Like, I know Ireland and Northern Ireland, yeah, is known for its indie music. It's known for like its rock and roll and like band music and all. But like realistically, once we get the culture behind rap music and melodic and or hip hop and shit, like what's mobile music, bro, it's gonna take over. You look at London, bro. You look at England. You look at 30, 40 years ago. You would have stopped someone on the street and says, "Do you think hip hop's going to take over this country one day?" Now they would have turned around and said, "Nah, it's all about the Beatles. It's all about rock and roll. It's all about that hip hop shit." And I mean, look at them now, bro. Look how many young people have made it just through that. It's going to be the same here, bro. I'm predicting it right now on camera. Like, this takeover is about to be insane, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's about to be insane.
What would you say if you could say one thing to radio?
Listen to our stories. Do you know what I mean? Don't just listen to the music. Don't just listen to the beats, and don't just worry about if our flow's on point. Listen to what we're actually saying, because we're actually trying to make something of our lives. We're actually trying to do better. We're not trying to sit and give in to stereotypes about being just a bunch of dickheads from Belfast or being a wee dickhead from Lurgan. What's he? You know what I mean? I'm actually talking about real shit. I'm actually trying to raise awareness for certain things. Me getting on the radio also projects that message even further. While it's sounding good, people clearly like the music. Do you know what I mean? Just because radio doesn't deem it as professional, yeah, it doesn't mean it's not. Because if I can change at least one person's life, that shows you how professional my music is. So then you start seeing it like that. Do you know what I mean?
What about festivals? Do you feel like radio and festivals? Do you feel like they give chances to?
I feel like festivals is a different story. I understand for your name to be on the poster, you have to have a bigger name because they're taking a risk by putting you on there. They need to sell tickets, fair enough. Yeah, but radio can get us there. Radio can get us to the point where we're like, yo, put our name on that. Do you know what I mean? Because we can now sell tickets using our names. But the likes of like Belfast, yeah, most festivals are very rave and very like party orientated. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying rap shows aren't the exact same. I've been to just as many rap shows as I have been to raves, but the scene isn't as big over here yet because the festivals don't want to fly people over from London. So whenever the people start blowing up over here, we'll be right at their front doorstep. So they can be like, "Yo, Wee Joe, fucking Kevy Forex, fucking, you know what I mean? Wee B, come down to the show here. Come on, jump on this festival, and it'll be a different story." And maybe then, when it starts doing well, they'll finally say, I don't want to get to that point for then radio to start taking us seriously. It should be the other way around. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing, bro.
Okay, bro. Always pick up Hotbox, bro. Pick up everyone involved. You know what I mean?
It's a wrap.
Just hope that he beats her. But I heard that a boy tried to test him on the back road. Just hope he don't relapse. These boys are like Jack and Jill. They fall off hills when they get some feedback. Wee Joe.